So in this session, we are going to study about acid, base, and salt. So in your 10th syllabus, second chapter, that is acid, base, and salt. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about properties of acid, properties of bases, properties of salt, chemical properties of acid, chemical properties of base. We are going to study. Then we will study about indicators. So types of indicators we are going to study. Chemical properties of acid, chemical properties of base. Then we are going to study about what happens when acid and base reacts. Action of water on base and acid. Action of water on acid and base, that we are going to study. How strong are acid and base solution? So how acids are, how they are strong, or if it is a base, how it is strong, that we are going to study in this chapter. Then we are going to study pH scale. Importance of pH in our daily life. Then lastly, salt, properties of salt, preparation of some salt, like preparation of sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas, hydrogen gas. So bleaching powder preparation, plaster of Paris preparation, baking soda preparation. That all this concept we are going to cover in this chapter. So we know that there are many of the chemicals that we use in our daily life. There are more number of chemicals we use in our daily life. So we use acid, we use bases. Like if you take chemicals classified into three types, mainly into three types. That is acid, base, and salt. So I already informed you that in this chapter we are going to study about firstly the properties of acid. Before going to the properties of acid, we should know what are acid. What are acids? Acids are the chemicals which produce H plus ions. H plus ions when dissolved in water. Means when we put a small drop of acid inside the water, it dissociates. It forms ions. H plus ions are released. H plus ions are released in that. So you can see here HCl. Hydrochloric acid, when it is dissolved in water, it forms H plus ions, or H plus ions or hydronium ions are produced. Hydronium ions are produced. Is it clear? Hydrogen ions are produced. Hydronium ions are produced. Means Here, one more example, like I will type in the chat box. H3O plus ions are called hydronium ions. Hydronium ions. Hydronium ions. So usually what happens is they produce ions. H plus ions are produced. That H plus ions react with water present in the water and forms H3O plus ions. H3O plus ions. Initially they liberate. Initially they liberate. They liberate H plus ions. H plus ions. Later on, they convert into hydronium ions. Hydronium ions. Hydronium ions. Is it clear? Is it clear, children? Any doubt till here? So acids are the chemicals which produce H plus ions when dissolved in water. Acids when dissolved in water, they produce H plus ions. H plus ions later react with water to form H3O plus ions in water. In water. You can see here. So one more example is given here over here. H2SO4. H2SO4, when it reacts with water or when it dissolves in water, it forms H3O plus ion, SO4 two ions. So H plus ions are released in every acid. Whenever acid dissolves in water, it produces H plus ion. Later on, it reacts with water and forms H3O plus ion, that is called hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. So this is called as acid. Called as acid. So acids, some of the properties of acid. You know about acid. Acids are very dangerous chemicals. Why they are dangerous? Because they are, first point, they are corrosive in nature. I didn't write over there. So it is corrosive in nature. Corrosive. 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 Corrosive in nature. Corrosive. Corrosive means destruction property. Destruction property. They destroy the material. They destroy the material. They destroy the tissue. Means corrosive in nature. Means when they burn the things. And unfortunately, if acid falls on the skin, means it will burn our skin. It will burn our skin. So it burns our skin and we will have a severe pain and infection happens. You may be knowing the ant or bee sting, bee, ಜೇನುಹುಳ, ಇರುವೆಗಳು ಕಚ್ಚಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಪೇನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. That pain, the pain is when the bee pokes you or ant bites you or pokes you, you will have pain, you will have irritation in the site of injury or injury, not injury, like poking site where the ant has bite or ant has poked the sting. There you will have a pain. So that pain is due to the chemicals or acid present in ant, that is formic acid, or in some it is methanoic acid. When they enter our body, they They burn our skin. They burn and we'll feel a pain. That is called corrosive in nature. Acids are corrosive in nature. Acids are corrosive in nature. That is the first point. Write it down. It's not covered in the this page. Just write it down. Acids are sour in taste. You know it. Lemon. We have enjoyed the lemon in our food. So lemon is one of the substance which contain acid. It's a natural acid. Understood? So that's why we tell acids are sour in taste. Acid dissolve in water. So second property, that is acid dissolves in water. Acid dissolves in water. When you put acid in water, it will dissolve. It will mix up with water. That's called as dilution. It's called as dilution. We'll learn dilution later on. So dissolves in water. Acid is a good conductor of electricity because it produces ions in water. So ions are good conductor of electricity because ionization happens or ions are produced. That's why it is a good conductor of electricity. You know it during the electrolysis process. During the electrolysis of water, small amount of a drop of H2SO4 is used as an electrolyte. So it will increase the conductivity of the electricity in water. So that property tells about good conductor of electricity. Acid is a good conductor of electricity. Is it clear? Then acid turns blue litmus to red. So blue litmus paper. Is one of the indicator to know the properties of the chemical. So about indicators we'll see in the next class. So just to see that acid turns blue litmus to red. That you remember. And acid when phenolphthalein indicator is added to the acids, there is no change in color. As you know that acid do not have any color. So on adding phenolphthalein indicator to acid, it does not change any color. But when you add blue litmus paper, it will turn red color. That indicates that the chemical is an acid. Is it clear? Am I audible to you, children? Am I audible to you? Okay, thank you. Is it clear? Have you understood what I taught you now just now? So have you understood what I taught you now? So what is acid? Diksha, what is acid? Diksha, what is an acid?
Acid are chemical which produce H plus ions when dissolved in water.
Okay. Tanvi? What are acids?
Acid are chemical which produce H plus ions when dissolved in water.
Okay, very good. Then Sandesh, can you tell me what is acid? Sandesh Shetty.
Acid are chemical which produce H plus ions when dissolved in water.
Okay, very good. So you have to remember one example also. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. Properties of acid we have completed. So we'll move to the type of acids. Acids are many types. Acids are majorly two types. That is inorganic acid and organic acid. Organic and inorganic acid. The organic acids are the weak acids which are produced in animals or in plants. So naturally produced acid in animals and plants, such type of acids are called as organic acid. Usually organic acids are weak acids ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. weak acid, acetic acid, formic acid, tartaric acid, oxalic acid, formic acid. These are the weak acids which are produced in actually plant. Citric acid which is produced in lemon or orange will have citric acid. So raw mango will have acid, citric acid. Then you have in apple you have malic acid. See, in some of the plants, for their protection, in some plants for protection, they have some chemicals in the leaves. That chemical is called methanoic acid. For the protection purpose, some chemicals will be produced by the plants also. So they are also organic. They are also organic acid. Is it clear? Organic acid usually they are weak acid. Then inorganic acid. Inorganic acids are the acids which are produced artificially, or they are also called mineral acid. Inorganic acids are also called mineral acid. They are synthesized in laboratory. Usually inorganic acids are very strong. Example, hydrochloric acid, maybe H2SO4, maybe phosphoric acid, maybe phosphoric acid, maybe sulfuric acid, maybe. These are the acids which are called strong acids because they have more. How this strongness of the acid or weakness of the acid, or how will you decide an acid is strong or how will you decide acid is weak? See, it depends on the number of hydrogen ions produced by the acid. Number of hydrogen ions which are produced by the acid is more. They are called strong acid. The number of hydrogen ions, if they are producing, is very less. Means it's called weak acid. So about this we'll discuss later in the chapter. We'll discuss. Okay. So you remember, like, there are organic acid, inorganic acid. Okay. So acids are produced on direct method. One example I have given over here. Here H2 hydrogen gas reacts with chlorine. You can see here. Hydrogen gas reacts with chlorine to form hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Actually, it is a gaseous acid ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಗ್ಯಾಸ್. ಸೊ HCl ಕೂಡ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್. But it produces steam. It's a volatile acid ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Volatile acid ಅಂದ್ರೆ evaporation very fast ಆಗಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇದು. So I'll show you tomorrow. The fumes will comes out from the HCl actually. Like that, it's a direct method of preparation of acid. Preparation of acid. Take a screenshot of this and write it down afterwards. Take a screenshot. Everyone take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. I hope you have taken the screenshot. I hope you have taken the screenshot. Am I audible to you? Children, am I audible? Okay. Thank you. So next page, I am going to share the next page. So, acids are produced by direct method. One more method of producing acid is by dissolving metallic oxide. One more type of production of acid, preparation of acid is dissolving the metallic non-metallic oxide. One more type of preparation of acid is dissolving the non-metallic oxide in water. So I'll tell you here. So first we will discuss what is non-metallic oxide. Non-metallic oxide is an oxide. If a non-metal reacts with oxygen, it forms a non-metallic oxide. Non-metallic oxide are also called acidic oxide. Non-metallic oxide are also called acidic oxide. Non-metallic oxide are also called acidic oxide. If a non-metal react with oxygen to form, it forms non-metallic oxide. Example I have given here. You can just go through the example. See here. So you can see here carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Here carbon is a non-metal. It reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. One more example you can see here. Sulfur when it reacts with oxygen, it forms sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is an acidic oxide, or it is called non-metallic oxide. Is it clear? So non-metallic oxide, when this non-metallic oxide or acidic oxide dissolve in water, when they dissolve in water, they form acid. It forms an acid. So I've given the example over here. Just go through that example. See here, SO2, sulfur dioxide, when they react with water, they form sulfuric acid. Sulfurous acid. There are two types. See, sulfuric acid is sulfur. This is H2SO3 is sulfurous acid. H2SO4 is sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. See here, this is called sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is produced by SO3 plus H2O gives the sulfuric acid. So here, see, this is how the acid is prepared by using acidic oxide. You know about carbon. Carbon is also a non-metal. And when carbon reacts with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is an oxide, again non-metallic oxide. When they dissolve in water, it forms a carbonic acid. So carbonic acid is an acid which is used in your soft drinks like Coca-Cola, maybe Fanta, maybe 7-Up, maybe Sprite, maybe all this cold drinks or soft drinks we consume, they contain carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide dissolved in water. They form carbonic acid. Is it clear? Have you understood, children? Okay. Others, please reply. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, if you have any doubt at this stage, please let me know. If you have any doubt, please let me know. If you have any doubt, please let me know in this situation or in this. At this stage, if you have any doubt till here, what is thought, please let me know. Okay. I hope it is clear now. Okay, we'll move to the next concept of the lesson, that is chemical properties of acid. Chemical properties of acid. Before going to chemical properties of acid, so before going to the next concept, so if you have any doubt, you can ask now. So what is metallic oxide, non-metallic oxide? What is non-metallic oxide? Somebody tell the answer. Pranav Bhatt. What is non-metallic oxide? Pranav Bhatt.
Reacts with
What is
oxygen.
non-metallic oxide?
Non-metallic oxide.
Once
If a
more.
non-metal reacts with oxygen and it forms non-metallic oxide.
Okay, non-metallic oxide are also called Yeah, who will tell? Non-metallic oxide are also called Utsav. Yeah, non-metallic oxide are also called
Acidic oxide.
acidic oxide. Why they are called acidic oxide? Ambika, why they are called as acidic oxide? Ambika, Why they are called acidic oxide? Yeah, who will tell? So SSVN is telling the answer. When they dissolve in water, they form acid. They form acid. So everyone are typing there. Danya, tell me why they are called acidic oxide? Why
Sir, when
carbon dioxide
acid
is acidic oxide?
Sir, repeat the question.
Why carbon dioxide is called acidic oxide?
Sir, because it dissolved in water.
It dissolves in water to form what?
Carbonic oxide.
Carbonic acid.
Acid.
Carbonic acid. So that's why they are called acidic oxide. Acidic oxide. So I hope it is clear. We are moving to the next concept. Okay. So chemical properties of acid. We are moving to the next concept, that is chemical properties of acid. Chemical properties of acid. So first chemical property, say neutralization reaction. Already you know it because in the last chapter we have discussed the neutralization reaction. Somebody tell about neutralization reaction. Who will tell? Anudeep?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is neutralization reaction?
When acid and base react, it forms salt and water. It is called neutralization reaction.
Okay. Neutralization reaction is a type of what? What type of reaction it is?
Sir, it is a type of double displacement reaction.
Yeah, double displacement reaction in which no PPT formed. No PPT is formed. Precipitate is not formed. So it is a type of double displacement reaction. Neutralization, all neutralization reactions are called double displacement reaction because here two new compounds are formed. See here. You can see here in this example we have given here HCl, hydrochloric acid. When they react with NaOH, that is base, it forms NaCl plus water. So salt and water is formed. Here, see here. This reaction, two new products are formed. By mutually exchanging their radicals. So it is a type of double displacement reaction. Neutralization reaction are type of double displacement reaction. So this is also one of the properties of acid. Is it clear? See here, next reaction of acid with metal. Reaction of acid with a metal. Reaction of acid with metal. Reaction of acid with metal. How the acid reacts with a metal? So acid reacts with metal to form salt and hydrogen gas. See here, one example is given. I have given over here. So just go through this. See here, magnesium reacts with the hydrochloric acid to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Whenever hydrochloric acid reacts with any metal, it forms a respective chloride. Respective chloride is formed. So if hydrochloric acid combines with or reacts with magnesium chloride is formed. If hydrochloric acid reacts with zinc, it forms zinc chloride. Respective chlorides are formed with the release of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas. So see here, one more page I will show, I will share with you. One more page I will share with you. Here they have given the reaction of zinc with zinc dilute sulfuric acid. Here see in this picture they have taken a boiling tube, a hard glass tube or a boiling tube. Hard glass tube or a boiling tube is taken. See here, this is a hard. So here what I am showing here, that is hard test tube. Here they have taken a zinc granules. Is here. See here, it's a zinc granules over there. Zinc granules are there. Zinc granules is taken here and dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid is taken. When dilute sulfuric acid is taken, what happens? The reaction happens over here. See Zn. Sorry. So Zn plus HCl. So you know it forms ZnCl2 plus H2. So this is a I have given HCl example. So you can give the example of hydrochloric acid also. So zinc reacts with H2SO4. You know to write the reaction. Already we have learned to write the reaction. So it becomes ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas will be liberated. Hydrogen gas will be liberated. Sorry. So hydrogen gas will be liberated. So this is how the reaction happens. Okay. So ZnH2SO4 becomes ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas will be liberated. Hydrogen gas will be liberated. See here. So here in a hard glass tube they have taken this hard glass tube is fitted with a stand, iron stand, and they have taken acid plus zinc granules in that, and so this is called see here. There you can see rubber, one hole rubber cork. In that we can see a delivery tube. Delivery tube is attached to that, fixed to that, and delivery tube is taken to the a trough or a vessel containing the soap solution. Whatever the hydrogen gas which is liberated, so hydrogen gas is liberated over here. Hydrogen gas is liberated. That comes out from this test tube and enters the delivery tube like this. Enters the delivery tube and it moves to the soap solution. Inside the soap solution, bubbles are formed. That bubbles come out of the solution. That bubbles contain hydrogen gas here. Soap bubble filled with hydrogen gas. When we bring a candle to the bubbles will produce a sound. Pop sound is produced. That pop sound indicates that it's a hydrogen gas liberated. That is the confirmatory test for release of hydrogen gas. And hydrogen gas is a combustible gas. Because of combustible nature, it will burn with hissing also, with the pop sound. That indicates that hydrogen gas is liberated when metal react with any acid. Is it clear, children? This is how the metal. This is how acid reacts with a metal. Any doubt you have? All acid will react with all metal. So all metal will react with acid? No. Some of metal, they do not react with acid, react with acid. Low reactive element after hydrogen. So already you know the reactivity series. So after hydrogen, copper, mercury, gold, and gold, silver, they do not easily react with acid to produce hydrogen gas. No. Understood? So this is how it happens to be. So you will learn again this concept, reaction of metal with acid. We'll learn in metals and non-metals chapter. That time we will tell some more details about how the metal reacts with acid. How metal react with acid. Is it clear? Is it clear, children? Any doubt? Any doubt you have? Soap solution. See, to formation of soap bubbles. That's all. Nothing any big purpose. It is just to produce a soap bubbles. So hydrogen is to collect the hydrogen gas in one place. So to collect the hydrogen gas in one place. That's all. There is no any big science over here, but it just collect the gas in one place so that we can test the hydrogen gas, presence of hydrogen gas. Is it clear, Anant? If water is taken, just it will be producing the gas. That's all. So you cannot hold that gas or burn with a candle. That's the thing. Any doubt idea? If I have any doubt. I hope you don't have any doubt. Any doubt, children? Am I audible to you? Am I audible? Okay. Okay, thank you. So read the textbook. Read the textbook. So in the next class we'll see some more chemical, other two chemical properties of acid. Other two chemical properties of acid in the next class. Okay. So with this, I'm going to conclude the class. We'll end the class for today. Tomorrow we'll meet in the school. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.